After Foolio got killed, I decided to go through all my interviews and write down all the people I interviewed that have died violently, along with their ages. I counted 19 people.
There is no doubt that Vlad TV hasn't been without controversy, including accusations of racism and working hand in hand with the government. Yet, recent discoveries surrounding Vlad's interviews suggest something even more unsettling. Some say the interviews are cursed.
It is what it is.
This might hold you up to a high standard.
I'm living my truth. You know what I mean?
This might hold you up to a high standard.
I'm not going to go shooting back at you.
Vlad has frequently been labeled as the police, the DEA, the feds, and other law enforcement references.
That bitch ass Fed getting away, R.I.P.
While these claims are speculations and denied by Vlad, they circulate relentlessly. What is true, however, is that 19 rappers have tragically died violent deaths after appearing in Vlad TV interviews.
I counted 19 people. Jimmy Wopo, 21, Doe B, 22, JayDaYoungan, 24, BTB Savage, 26, FBG Duck, 26, Foolio, 26, Mo3, 28, Drakeo the Ruler, 28, Takeoff, 28, Chinx Drugs, 31, Edai 632, Big Glo, 33, Slim 433, Nipsey Hussle, 33, Young Greatness, 34, Snoody Wild, 36, Young Dolph, 36, the Jacka, 37, Gonzo, 45.
Unbelievable, right? Let's start with Jimmy Wopo, a fast-rising rapper from Pittsburgh's Hill District. He was tragically killed in a double shooting on June 18, 2018, in the same neighborhood where he grew up and launched his music career. On the day of his death, Pittsburgh police responded to a double shooting on Wiley Avenue, where they found two men inside a vehicle suffering from gunshot wounds. One victim survived in stable condition, but the other, Jimmy Wopo, was transported in critical condition and later passed at UPMC Presbyterian Hospital. The county medical examiner's office confirmed that he died from a gunshot wound to the head.
This is a huge loss for the city, as I said before, but seeing the amount of people that showed up shows that how much support, shows the support system that he had, and just shows how much he meant to the community as well as the whole city.
What's eerie is that Wopo appeared on Vlad TV just a year before, discussing his early music days and surviving two previous shootings, only to be killed after sharing his story on the platform.
I was watching an interview where you were speaking about how getting shot changed you.
I mean, yeah, the second time I got shot, first time I got shot, I was more eager to get back at what happened to me, you know what I mean? Because it was I was younger, way younger. And the second time I had much more shit on the line. I had a daughter.
This pattern continues with another artist, Doe B, who had a similar fate. A member of Grand Hustle, Doe B sat down for an interview with Vlad in 2013, where he talked about being shot in the eye, which left him with his signature eye patch. But just months later, on December 7th, 2013, he was shot and killed in his hometown of Montgomery, Alabama, at the Sentinel Bar and Grill. He was struck in the leg and bled to death before reaching the hospital. Both cases leave an unsettling feeling, especially considering their appearances on Vlad TV before their untimely deaths.
I got shot in 09, I was 17.
Okay, what led up to that?
Oh man, just numerous altercations, just, in the streets, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Moving 1,000 miles per hour, that come with it, but blessed to be up to this day to be on Vlad TV.
While some point to the lawlessness, neighborhood rivalries, and deep-rooted jealousy in Montgomery as the cause of Doe B's death, we can't ignore the eerie connection to his interview with Vlad TV. Interestingly, it was Vlad himself who first observed this troubling pattern of rappers passing away after appearing on his platform.
Do you ever have bad dreams and see any of them?
No, not really, I'll be honest. Because I didn't get really close to any of the people that I mentioned.
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? They weren't personal friends. They were people that I interviewed.
But I would think you seeing these faces come and go in there, I'll look up and see one of them. Vlad, you might got PTSD.
Another rapper who sat down with Vlad for an interview was JayDaYoungan. In 2018, Vlad discussed the alarming number of rappers killed in Louisiana, which JayDaYoungan found tragic. Aware of the potential for violence, JayDaYoungan, whose real name was Javarius Scott, mentioned in the interview that he planned to leave his hometown soon.
When you in your city and you really just starting to come up, it's envy. Everybody really envy you, like they really don't like it. If you're not with them or doing something to help them, they don't like you, they hate you, they just don't want to see you win. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. I mean, he said it right. You move or you die, or you go to jail, because you're gonna have to put yourself in a position where you're gonna crash out, or you just gonna die.
Sadly, he never made it out of Louisiana. 4 years after his interview, he was fatally shot in his hometown of Bogalusa.
Killed in his hometown of Bogalusa. Officials say a family member was also shot and survived. Mike McDaniel has spoken with investigators in the case, and he's joining us live now with more details on it all. Mike?
Hey there, Katie. Javaria Scott, a rapper who goes by the stage name JayDaYoungan, was just 24 years old. In his very short music career, he was really able to make a name for himself, not just in his hometown here in Bogalusa, but also the music industry. He died last night after police say he was shot multiple times. He and another man, who family members say was his father, Kenyatta Scott Sr., were shot outside of a home on Superior Avenue.
Some wonder if his interview with Vlad contributed to the tragic events, though his murder remains unsolved.
Damn near all of them died either in their home city or close to their home cities.
Up-and-coming rapper BTB Savage, whose real name was Daryl Gentry, appeared on Vlad TV and recounted the incident in which he fatally shot Omar Richardson, a man who allegedly attempted to rob him at his apartment.
Here we go. Today we have BTB Savage, who was recently involved in killing a man in self-defense who tried to rob him at his home. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Yes, sir. What's the deal, Vlad?
Well, number one, I'm glad you're safe. You had a very, very traumatic situation that recently happened.
He explained that police had ruled the shooting an act of self-defense and no charges were filed against him. However, just days after the interview, BTB Savage was shot and killed in Houston while sitting in his vehicle. Authorities later charged Montrell Burley with his murder, stating that it was an act of revenge for Richardson's death. Some believe his fate may have been sealed by his decision to speak publicly about the incident on Vlad TV.
And then people was kind of mad at the BTB Savage interview.
We could talk about that.
That was kind of crazy. People feel, you know what it felt like? No disrespect to you, but it felt like you added fuel to the fire. That's what people feel like. They're like, yo, Vlad added fuel. Even though a rapper's gonna come up here and the artist is gonna come up here and say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you talk about a person that you killed, right, online, and rest in peace to BTB Savage and the dude that got killed, because I stay out of the politics. Rest in peace. Just, we need to stop the violence, period. But, when he talked about the murder, 4 days later, he got killed.
Chicago rapper FBG Duck, who was shot and killed on August 4th, 2020, is part of the list as well.
FBG Duck, big clout, what's good?
What's the word, Vlad?
A lot of people have been hitting me, and I'm sure you as well, to do this interview.
Hey, they've been hitting me up too. They've been hitting me up about it.
Yeah, I've been getting tweets and emails and DMs and everything about it. I'm glad it finally happened.
Same thing this way, man.
Yeah, man, a lot of respect for artist success. I looked at some of these videos, like songs like Right Now with 8 million views, man, that's not easy to do.
I mean, can't do nothing but thank the fans and thank God, you know what I'm saying? Proud of myself, It's more to come, though. It's more to come.
Looking forward to it.
In a 2017 interview, the late rapper FBG Duck, born Carlton Weekly, opened up about his life, discussing his upbringing, the death of his friend Tuka, and his own near-death experiences. Whether it was due to this interview or his music, in which he frequently dissed his rivals, a $100,000 bounty was reportedly placed on his head. FBG Duck was ambushed by 4 gunmen who exited 2 vehicles and opened fire while he stood on a sidewalk. Duck was rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, but succumbed to his injuries. A federal jury later convicted 6 suspected gang members in connection with his murder.
Alleged members of Chicago's O Block gang have been convicted in the 2020 murder of a rapper known as FBG Duck. Duck's real name was Carlton Weekly. He was shot and killed shopping on Oak Street in the Gold Coast. The Tribune reports it took the jury 2 days to arrive at a verdict. The 6 convicted suspects are men between the ages of 24 and 34. All 6 were convicted of conspiracy to commit murder and murder in the aid of racketeering. 5 of them were also convicted of using a gun when Weekly was shot. Prosecutors say the men targeted Weekly as part of a long-running gang dispute.
Another rapper on this unfortunate list, connected to Vlad TV interviews, is Mo3. After sitting down for an interview in 2019, he was tragically killed in 2020.
He ended up passing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Why the name Osama on the chains?
Yeah. Oh, look. Get that Osama 3 line on the bottom of that bitch, too, and down. And I'm done nobody catch that, because I know it got a lot of it got a lot going on. 257 carats and but Osama 3 line on the bottom. Man, that's my man, I'm a Gemini, man. So you know, that's my other me. Osama is my other me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's the bad guy.
All right. I mean, and it obviously comes from Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, that's my uncle.
That's your uncle?
Yeah. I'm nephew.
Okay. I mean, why compare yourself to, you know, who the world's biggest terrorist, essentially?
Because in this game, I'm like a terrorist. Like, I might be this tall, but you know, the bombs be little. The littlest bomb got the biggest, you know what I'm saying?
Melvin Abdul Noble was only 28 when he was gunned down in a midday attack in Dallas. 2 suspects were arrested in connection with his murder: Kewan Dontrell White, the alleged gunman, and another man named Devin Maurice Brown.
A Dallas rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old Melvin Noble, also known as MO3, was shot on I-35 northbound near the Beckley-Zane curb. DPD says that Noble was approached by a gunman, a suspect who was driving a dark-colored vehicle. Noble apparently got out of his car and ran southbound when he was shot. Police also tell us that the gunman shot an innocent bystander as well.
In 2020, rapper Drakeo the Ruler also did a Vlad TV interview where he spoke about his career and how it was nearly derailed by a murder case.
All right, here we go. Drakeo the Ruler.
Yeah.
Fresh out of jail.
Fresh out.
After doing 3 years.
3 years.
Facing life.
Life without parole.
Yeah. And let me just say this, you know, because a lot of people, you know, like to accuse me of only doing interviews with people during certain situations and so forth. Your manager, TK, actually wanted me to do the interview maybe about a year ago while you were still locked up.
Yeah.
And I said no, because I was concerned that something you might say in the interview might be used in your case.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've been through legal myself. My lawyers always told me to shut the fuck up when it comes to upcoming cases.
Yeah.
So for your well-being, even though I knew it would get a lot of views,
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm gonna pass on it. Let's wait until everything works out.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Right
It
here.
worked out. Welcome home.
Tragically, he was killed the following year. Darrell Caldwell was fatally stabbed during a concert at the BMO Stadium, formerly the Bank of California Stadium, in Los Angeles on December 18, 2021. He was scheduled to perform alongside big names like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and 50 Cent.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drakeo the Ruler. It happened around 8:30 last night during the Once Upon a Time in LA Music Festival being held at the Bank of California Stadium. Artists including Al Green, Snoop Dogg, and the Isley Brothers were also scheduled to perform, but the concert was shut down after the stabbing. Video from the scene posted on social media showed a fight outside the stadium, but it's unclear if that was related to the stabbing.
Following his death, family filed lawsuits against Live Nation and several concert promoters, accusing them of failing to provide adequate security. However, despite the legal action, it could not undo the tragedy. Migos rapper Takeoff also tragically lost his life after years of success and multiple Vlad TV interviews, dating back to 2013.
Really started doing music.
We've been doing music. Probably what, I want to say ninth grade we really got serious about it. Like the whole high school, we was really serious about it.
You know what I mean? Like, why'd y'all decide to really be a group as opposed to just doing your own?
Because we family, we want to eat together. We family, we all family.
Yeah.
And we don't want to see nobody doing their own thing. We rather eat together, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I mean, how'd y'all come together?
We family. They my
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many years are y'all apart?
I'm 22. He 18.
Okay.
Takeoff and Quavo were at a private party at 810 Billiards and Bowling in downtown Houston when a dispute broke out. A crowd gathered outside the venue. Shots were fired, and Takeoff was struck by a stray bullet. He did not survive the incident.
More breaking news in Texas, where a member of the popular rap group Migos has been shot and killed.
Police say 28-year-old rapper named Takeoff died in the shooting at a bowling alley early this morning. CBS 2's Zania Maldonado joins us live from the newsroom with the very latest on the investigation. Here's Zania.
Chris and Mary, this is a devastating loss to the hip-hop community and fans of the Grammy-nominated rap trio Migos. Now, Takeoff was found dead after investigators say shots rang out during an after-party overnight.
After facing numerous challenges, Chinx Drugs managed to establish himself as a rising rap star from Queens, Far Rockaway in New York. In 2015, he appeared on Vlad TV for what would be his final interview. During the conversation, he paid tribute to the late Stack Bundles, crediting him for helping pave the way for his success.
You talk a little bit about Stack Bundles and his legacy, you know.
R.I.P. to my brother Stacks. I mean, definitely without Stacks, it wouldn't even be no me. There wouldn't be nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just like without Max, it wouldn't be no French, you know what I'm saying? Like we needed them, you know what I'm saying? We didn't need them to take those, you know, those falls that they've taken, but definitely without them, there wouldn't be no us. There's nothing else to say about that.
Tragically, later that year, on May 17th, Chinx was shot and killed in the early morning hours by two men who hunted him down due to an ongoing feud.
Has been captivating headlines for almost a decade, and a short time ago, Quincy Homer was sentenced to 23 years in prison. Prosecutors say he shot and killed Chinx while he was sitting in his car. Fox 9's Linda Schmidt is at Queens Criminal Court, where the sentence was just handed down, and Linda, Chinx's family was there for this.
Yeah, and his wife, by the way, was emotional in court today. You're going to hear from her in just a few minutes. But first of all, prison is going to be this suspect's home for at least the next couple of decades. He is accused of killing a rapper from Queens who was on the rise. And he did it out of jealousy.
One of the pioneers of Chicago drill rap and founder of Team 600 Entertainment, Edai 600, also became a victim of the alleged curse following a Vlad TV interview.
So what was it like growing up during that time?
Growing up, I mean, it was fun, basically. Like, even though, I mean, because back then, it wasn't really as much shootings as it is now. It was a lot more order due to, like, all the older guys and the heads of the gangs being around. So it was more like, it was a lot safer. I mean, it was stuff happening, but it would happen less, you know what I'm saying? Because of what was going on in the area. I mean, it was fun growing up. Through all the bad we did, from throwing bricks at police cars, all type of shit. Like, it was just fun, bro. Just having fun, you feel me?
Tragically, in 2021, Edai was shot 6 times in the chest and stomach and later died at the University of Chicago Hospital. Next on this tragic list is Mario Hess, better known as Big Glo. After signing with Interscope Records, he gave what would be his last interview with Vlad TV, where he talked about his tough Chicago upbringing and his hopes for his career.
Chirac.
Okay, well, what part?
Southside, Inglewood.
Okay, and that's the same area that Chief Keef and them are from?
Nope, 2 different areas, but, you know, same area, but like 2 different parts.
So, describe what it's like growing up in that area to people that don't really know.
I don't know, it's turned, man. It's you know, I don't know, it's scary, depending on who you are, though.
Talk about the craziest experience that you experienced growing up in that.
Oh, I had got into it with some of the big bosses. You know, I was rebellious. I didn't want to listen. I thought I could do my own thing. And they caught up with me, man, one day, man, on my way to the crib, on the way to my daddy crib. And
Then they chased me down, my asthma kicked in, I had to stop, man. They stomped me out, put me in the hospital, knocked all my teeth out.
On April 9th, 2014, Big Glo was shot multiple times during a late-night shooting in his hometown. 2 gunmen opened fire, hitting him at least 10 times. Compton rapper Vincent Corrin, known as Slim 400, also fell victim to this alleged curse. In 2019, Slim 400 appeared on Vlad TV, where he shared his story of surviving a previous shooting in which he was hit 9 times.
So, you're in your neighborhood, in your car.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess you had some other people in the car with you also, right?
Yeah, I had 2 bros in the car, but my vehicle is hella tinted. So when I jump out to go see my family, like, I guess these dudes was already on the block waiting for anybody to pull up to do whatever they was gonna do, but I was the one they caught. So as I'm walking, they already about to get the popping. So once I hear shots, I'll get to trying to run, duck, get behind cars to get to my folks' like garage and house. And with me kind of halfway getting there, I kind of fall, and one of my relatives come out the house while they still shooting at it. They pulling me and dragging me in, talking to me, trying to keep me alive. And it worked, you feel me? So ambulance came and took me from there, bro.
He was still recovering from his injuries during the interview, with staples in his stomach, and revealed he had been shot in the ear, back, shoulder, and jaw. Unfortunately, Slim 400 was fatally shot on December 8th, 2021.
34-year-old Slim 400 was making a name for himself in the California hip-hop scene. The rapper, whose real name is Vincent Corrin, was gunned down in the driveway of a house on 7th Avenue in Inglewood last night. Radio DJs to fellow music artists are posting about their shock and heartbreak.
Moving on to another fallen victim is rapper and entrepreneur Nipsey Hussle. Despite his dedication to community activism, Nipsey was shot and killed on March 31st, 2019 in South Los Angeles. Nipsey Hussle had appeared on Vlad TV for an interview in 2013.
Nipsey Hussle, what's the deal?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Excellent,
What's
excellent.
up? What's
Congratulations on, you know what I mean? What I feel is keep elevating the whole time.
No question.
Every time I see you, you into some new cool shit.
That's what's up, man. The marathon continues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you know, let's take it back for a second. Like, where exactly did you grow up?
I grew up on the west side of LA, starts in the Crenshaw district.
Okay. And what's that area called to people who live out there?
It's called the Crenshaw district. The gang that's prominent over there is Rolling 60.
Rolling 60.
It's like, you know, like the west side of South Central, Crenshaw district, Hyde Park area, got a few names, but in the streets is known as the Rolling 60.
In 2022, his killer, Eric Holder, was found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison in 2023.
And show you just how large this crowd is. It is getting bigger and bigger as the day goes on. People are walking up across Crenshaw, bringing flowers, balloons, anything they have to pay tribute to this man who, in many, many ways, was an icon in this community.
Nipsey is remembered as a legend in hip-hop, and his words will live on forever. Another Vlad TV interviewee, Theodore Jones, also known as Young Greatness, eerily depicted his own death years before it occurred. In a 2016 interview, Young Greatness reflected on rapper Boosie's comments that most rappers are killed in their own cities due to envy and hatred.
I started rapping and humming words and melodies and stuff like that, and next thing you know, you got Young Greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, how often do you go back home?
I live there.
You still there?
Yes.
And we did a interview with Boosie not too long ago, and he's from Baton Rouge, of course, but he talked about
wherever you from, you will get hated the most. You know, most rappers die in their own city. It's a fact. And you have haters who was in school with you and they mad because they was in that third grade class with you, but they don't have the same hustle as you. You know, they hate you for no reason. They hate you for your success. If you was a local rapper and you didn't have much, they would love you. You know, and these people, you develop hatred in your own city. You know, if you go to Canada, you go to New York, you from Louisiana, you don't have hate, you don't have people want to hurt you because they don't know you.
I also live in Atlanta, but I look at it like, anywhere you go at, it's gonna be some drama, it's gonna be hate, but there ain't gonna be no hate like, you know, the city where you from. You know, I'm faced with it every day. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you know, I just keep on moving. I just keep working. I give them some more stuff to hate about. I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really give a about that. You know, they're gonna talk, they're gonna say whatever they wanna say. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just have to keep the real genuine people around you and keep some savages around you, because if they get on some savage, you just gotta be ready to get back on some savage with them. You know what I'm saying? I just was raised like that. You shouldn't fear no man but God. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not letting nobody, you know, run me from, my family. And my family's in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a dummy, and you know, I'm not ignorant. But if I have to go see my kids, and I have to go see my auntie, or I have to go see my grandmother or my mother, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't care who's saying what or who's saying they're gonna do what. Well, I'm gonna have to die going out brave, and that's just what it is. Before I let somebody make me, you know what I'm saying, change how I'm living. It ain't happening like that. That's just what it is.
On October 29th, 2018, 38-year-old rapper Young Greatness was shot and killed during a failed robbery attempt as he tried to flee from his attackers.
Donald Rowe has been convicted of second-degree murder for the death of New Orleans rapper Theodore Young Greatness Jones. Although he didn't shoot Jones, DA Jason Williams says Rowe recruited 2 of his younger cousins to commit the killing. Williams describes Rowe as, quote, the ringleader, unquote, and says the 2 younger suspects are already serving significant jail time. Jones was shot and killed in a New Orleans Waffle House parking lot back in 2018.
Next in this tragic series is Memphis rapper Lee Preston Porter III, better known as Snoody Wild.
So you end up getting stabbed when you were 17.
Right.
Can you talk about that situation?
Man, just wrong decision in the streets, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Just being young, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, just one of the worst experiences in your life, that's all.
Now, when you got stabbed, that messed up your sports career.
Yeah, most, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they played a big part in it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna say they just took it away, because like I said, me and Doug in the streets I was already, you know what I'm saying, following the wrong footsteps as far as going down the wrong path. So I ain't finna just say they just took it all, but they played a big part of sitting the deal, yeah.
Now you end up spending 4 years in prison.
Right.
What did you get convicted for?
I got convicted for aggravated robbery. They tried to put attempted murder on, but they dropped it.
So you got the name Wild while you were in prison?
Basically, just living, you know what I'm saying, in prison, coming out of prison, just moving and grooving. They seeing my energy out there, and then, you know what I'm saying, I was already a hyper kid out there, so it just made sense.
He was found in a ditch next to an SUV, suffering from a gunshot wound to the neck. First responders performed CPR at the scene before transporting him to a local hospital in critical condition.
Topping the news at 10 tonight, a Memphis rapper shot and killed this weekend in Houston, Texas. Family members tell us Preston Porter, known as rapper Snoody Wild, died yesterday.
Says Wild was shot in Houston Friday. They tell WREG he stopped to help someone whose car got stuck in a ditch and was later ambushed by gunfire.
In 2014, Vlad TV interviewed Robert Thornton, widely known as Young Dolph. During the interview, Young Dolph reflected on his childhood, sharing stories of hustling at a young age and describing his neighborhood as poverty-stricken and filled with crime.
You know, I'm from South Memphis. You know what I'm saying? The south side of Memphis. Cash State, that's my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the area where I'm from. It's like, it's straight gutter. You know what I'm saying? It's hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like TV, really straight up. Like, a lot of people watch the movie Boys in the Hood. Like, I put on everything like that, how hood was for real, like growing up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you feel what I'm saying? But we wasn't on the West Coast, we were down south. You feel what I'm saying? But it was just like that.
On November 17, 2021, young Dolph was fatally shot while visiting Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies, a local bakery he frequented whenever he was in town.
We strongly encourage everyone to stay home if you do not have to be out.
The Memphis police chief is asking everyone to stay home tonight after rapper Young Dolph is gunned down and killed at a South Memphis cookie shop.
There will be extra police presence in many parts of the city that might have a connection to the popular rapper to make sure there is no more violence.
Another victim of this so-called curse was rapper the Jacka, born Dominic Newton in Pittsburgh, California. The Jacka later teamed up with rapper Freeway to release Highway Robbery, an album they discussed in a Vlad TV interview along with their shared faith as Muslims.
Talk about your current project, Highway Robbery, together.
Well, me and my man Jacka, we got a project out right now called Highway Robbery. Basically what we did was bridge the gap between the East Coast and the West Coast. You know, I've been going out to the Bay with them, and he Muslim just like I'm Muslim. I've been feeling their movement. The music is crazy, so we collab, put an album together and put it out.
How did you guys meet?
We met, he had a show in San Francisco, you know, that's in Northern California, Bay Area. And I just wanted to get a feature from him, you know what I mean? And he was actually a cool dude, you know what I mean? He's, over the years, I met him about 2003. And he just became a good friend of mine. He my aunt, you know what I mean? So, you know, brother, when you Muslim, man, you know, he had to fool with me, man. He had no choice, man.
Sadly, the Jacka was shot and killed while rapping with friends in a van in East Oakland.
Man shot and killed in Oakland tonight was a local rapper. Someone posted this video of the scene at 94th and MacArthur. Witnesses said about 8:15 tonight they heard gunshots. Police tell us the victim is 37-year-old Dominic Newton. He went by the stage name The Jacka.
Los Angeles-based rapper Ronald Moore, better known as Gonzo, was another Vlad TV interviewee who met a tragic end.
Your first time here, I want to start in the beginning. So you grew up in LA?
I did.
What part?
South Central, Crenshaw District, born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about late 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
South Central was pretty crazy during that time.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in South Central?
Well, I mean, for me, you know, it was kind of crazy because my mom's was in the life too. My father was in the life. So, you know, I grew up in the midst of all that, you know what I mean? So I could vividly remember when crack first hit and, you know, the weeks before that hit, you feel me?
Okay, when you say in the life, what does that mean exactly?
That means my mom was, you know, an active drug dealer. You know, that's how she supported us. And my father was a pimp.
Gonzo, an associate of both Ice Cube and Tupac, and was shot and killed in Seattle's White Center neighborhood on July 29th, 2021. He was 45 years old at the time.
Also learning that one person is now dead after the shooting in White Center that we have been talking about all morning. This happened about 8 last night near the Shell station right near Rocks Hill Park. Detectives say the suspect fled in a car, but no description yet for the car or the person. The victim taken to Harborview, where he later died.
The final incident, which prompted DJ Vlad to speak out, was the death of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio. Foolio, a regular guest on Vlad TV, was known for his ongoing feuds with other rappers in the city's rap scene.
You had a cousin, Zion Brown.
Yeah, I got him on my stomach, tattooed.
19 years old, a man stormed into a house and shot him to death.
Yeah.
The guy that was arrested was a guy named DeAndre Thomas.
Yeah.
Did you know DeAndre?
No, I ain't know, bro.
Okay.
I ain't know, bro, like that.
When you heard about the murder, how'd you feel?
I was crushed. Cause it's like, I could have saved him, like, you know? I could have like, cause I was like on the phone with him, like he called me, he was like, big cuz. That's my cousin, you know what I'm saying? He like, cuz, let me come to Daytona with you. I'm trying to come to Daytona. I was mad at him for a dumbass reason. Like, I straight told him, no, bro, you can't come with me. Like, I don't f you right now. Hung up on him. That night he died, so that on my head up, I'm like, damn, holding grudges with like, that ain't like crushed me, bro.
On June 23rd, 2024, shortly after celebrating his 26th birthday, Foolio, whose real name was Charles Jones, was fatally shot in a parking lot outside a Holiday Inn in Tampa, Florida.
Breaking news this Monday morning coming out of Tampa, Florida. Tampa police looking for whoever's responsible for a shooting that left a Florida rapper dead. It happened early Sunday morning outside a hotel. Charles Jones was among the 4 people shot. Fans knew him as Julio Foolio.
There are also other rappers who have been on Vlad and tragically died, as voiced by Vlad himself, but not in a violent crime like the 19 featured in this video.
Then, Lil Loaded died from suicide, age 20. Then you have drug overdoses, Mac Miller, 26, Aaron Carter, 34, Gangsta Boot, 43, Julio, 59. Yeah, man, all relatively young people who died violently. It is a very dangerous profession, and damn near all of them died either in their home city or close to their home cities.
Right. Is it just a coincidence? Or is there something more to it? Could their interviews have played a role in their death, whether it be retaliation for something said or jealousy? It seems like a troubling pattern, and it raises some questions for sure. What do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to send our prayers out to all the victims and their families. May your loved ones rest in peace. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.